Big week in hip hop. Let's get going. Let's not fuck about. Right. ASAP Rocky's first album in 3 years came out on Friday. Very big. I mean, the ASAP Rocky is really one of the pioneers of this new vibey, sort of trippy sound we're hearing in rock, in rap music at the moment. He's got a lot of his sound from rock, psychedelic rock. There's strong influences that here, and you can hear how ASAP Rocky's influence on modern hip hop has sort of changed the way the genre's gone. It's in a very sort of like less lyrical, more vibey, I suppose, direction. And this album is good. It's about a 6, 7 out of 10. Really, it's got some good songs. It's got some alright songs, and overall, I was expecting a bit more from ASAP Rocky. Really, I've been trying to sort of tell myself that I like it a lot, but I have to say it's okay. I really like the remix of ASAP Forever though. I think adding T.I. for a nice little spoken word intro was nice, and I really like Kid Cudi's feature, just doing his humming sort of thing, and then the outro of that song where you hear the sort of the female vocalist harmonising over Moby's Porcelain and the samples really blaring out at that point. That is the best bit of the song for me. The bit that's got nothing to do with ASAP Rocky, interestingly enough, but it's good. I like Brother Brother or Soul Brother, whatever that song's called. That's also good. But overall, it's just a bit overlong, and frankly, I feel a bit sorry for ASAP Rocky because this is his first album in 3 years. Everyone's excited. I was really looking forward to it. And Pusha T brought an album out on Friday as well, and I think everyone was thinking that this was going to be an album for like the hip hop heads that were going to like it, and they'll be sort of thinking about Pusha's like coke raps all day, basically. But he has exploded back into the public eye now with this is his beef with Drake. So let's go back to the start. So Drake and Pusha T have had beef for quite a few years now. It all started when Pusha T continued his long running feud with Lil Wayne and released Exodus 23-1. And then Lil Wayne responded with that shitty ghoulish diss, and then Drake joined the battle, and they've been jabbing a little bit over the years, but now it's really exploded back into the mainstream here. So the last song on Pusha T's album, Daytona, is Infrared, which has a lot of interesting little digs at Drake on there and Lil Wayne, and it set things off well. And then next thing you know, the next day, Drake has released the Duppy freestyle. That is just, at the time, everyone thought, yep, Drake's won this. This is brilliant because it was a straight up response. He addressed a lot of the things that Pusha T was throwing at him about like ghostwriters and that he's fake and that he's just this little Jewish kid that shouldn't be in hip hop. And Drake really took on those things head on. It was interesting. It felt like a lot of people at the time were like, oh, okay, over the weekend, they're like, oh yeah, we've heard from Pusha T for a couple of days now. Drake's released his Duppy freestyle. It's all good. This is great. Drake's gonna win. It's fine. So Drake said some really interesting stuff on the Duppy freestyle. He threw some shots at Kanye West. I mean, those two, Drake and Kanye. I mean, like I can't keep up with their relationship. One minute they're like slagging each other off, and someone's building a pool next to someone's house and pissing them off, and then they'll like make songs together. Like on More Life, Drake and Kanye had a great song together, Glow. And Drake ghost writ for Kanye West on his last album, The Life of Pablo. And Drake brings it up, and he's just like, what the fuck's going on, man? And so now they don't like each other again. But I mean, I don't know how long that's going to last for. So Drake, on that song, he's talking about how he's been writing music for good music and like helping out Kanye. And he's been sort of calling Pusha T a fake, like for fabricating his cocaine legacy and all that. And I think that's a fair point. I mean, if you think about it, Pusha T, all he raps about is fucking selling cocaine, man. That is it. That is a Pusha T album for you there. And I think the reason the Daytona album was so good was because it's fucking short. It's 7 songs long. It's cohesive. Kanye West produced the whole thing, so great beats. Really, really nice and tight project. Because if you give Pusha T like a long old album, like some of his earlier projects, it just wears a bit thin, him just talking about being this coke kingpin. And I'm sure he sold his fair share of cocaine in a day. I'm not saying he didn't, but he's 41 now. He's been in rap music for 20 years. Are we really supposed to believe he's been just doing all these shows and writing all these albums while still bloody got the scale in the background, like selling up coke and all that? I think it's a bit of bullshit. But that's his image, and Drake attacked that quite interestingly as well. And I think a lot of people thought, yep, it's all good. Drake's got this. He's the superstar. He's multi-million platinum, like all that sort of shit. But fucking Pusha T came back with the son of Adidon. I mean, this is a huge fucking track. So he's going over the Jay-Z Family Feud beat, which a lot of people have been using lately. It's a great beat, great beat, produced by No ID. And he just basically just destroys Drake's entire life. It's fucking crazy. It is like the last time I can remember this being this big and this explosive was when Drake released Back to Back and basically just shut down Meek Mill's career. Temporarily anyway. Everyone loves Meek now. He's back out of prison. So I mean, that's cool for Meek. Welcome home, son. So what's good about Adidon is that straight away Pusha T's like, right, this isn't about you using ghostwriters. This isn't about me, my drug dealing. This is about you, Drake. I'm gonna fucking go right into your soul. And he does, man. He lays it on. So firstly, he slags off his dad for being like, Drake's dad for being like a shitty role model, leaving him when he was 5. So I mean, that's got to hurt a little bit because Drake's dad's been like piping up and talking a lot of shit lately. So shut that down there. And then the big revelation was that Pusha T claims, this is a claim, an interesting claim, but it's a claim, is that Drake has got a fucking son and it's secret. He's supposedly, according to the old internet detectives, they've been wrong in the past, but a lot of times they're right. He's had this baby with this ex-porn star, and then he's got to sign a non-disclosure agreement, and he's just paying her off on the side and just pretending this kid doesn't exist. And Pusha T's just dragged all that shit up. He's like, this is her name, follow her on Instagram, she's got a baby, it's Drake's, he's a shit dad, just like Drake's dad's a shit dad. And oh man, it is brilliant. There are some really good bars in here. Pusha T, he might go a bit far on some of it. He's sort of one bit that crossed the line, some people think, is when he talked about Drake's primary producer, 40, and he's sort of like having to go at him for having multiple sclerosis and being like, well, you're gonna die soon, man, like, so what the fuck are you gonna do? Now, some people say that's harsh, but that's hip hop, man. That is like, that's what happens when you get into a beef. Like, nothing is sacred, man. Like, Pusha's gonna just go for like all that sort of shit. And I mean, everyone remembers when Tupac was fucking talking about Prodigy having sickle cell and he can't even fight him and stuff. So I mean, like, there's a history of that. These things happen. They're just words at the end of the day. These people are entertainers. Like, they've heard worse things. So you can't feel sorry for people like that. But it's a great diss. I mean, Pusha is a fucking great MC. Drake he's a good MC, don't get me wrong, he's got great songs, but if you're going against Push in like a lyrical battle, bar for bar, you're going to lose, and it's looking bad for Drake. I don't know what he's going to come back with, because he's saying he's going to respond to something, but it's difficult, because what are you going to talk about? You're going to talk about Pusha T's Studio Gangster, yep, we've heard that one. Your label's owned by Kanye West. Yep, we've heard that one as well, Drake. You're fake again. Like, we've heard all these things that Drake has said about Pusha T. Oh, you're not going to sell as much as me as well, is something he'll probably say. And again, like, Pusha T's not that sort of guy. His fan base is not interested in how many albums and all that sort of stuff. Pusha T's fan base are like, win this battle, do it for lyrical hip hop, beat down that pop star Drake. That's what the fans want to see at the moment, and it's going to be difficult for Drake to come back, but we'll see. We will see. I think he's going to have to get something really, really personal out of it somehow. I don't know what he's going to say. I mean, to really compare with the revelations of Adidon, he's going to need to have some sort of just really groundbreaking revelation that's going to make everyone think, oh my god, Pusha T, what's happened to you? Like, and it's going to be difficult. Like, you can't really beat Pusha T revealing that Drake has supposedly got this son in a fucking diss track. I mean, it's been a good week for hip hop, man. It has been great entertainment. We've had some great albums from ASAP, and it's all right. It's all right. But the Daytona album's really good, and tomorrow, new Kanye's coming out. I mean, what? He's coming back. He is. It reminds me of when he was doing Good Fridays, and there'd just be like a new Kanye West bang rap every week. So he's got this album out, the Pusha T one, and then the next week he's got his one coming out, and then a week after that, Kanye's got another album coming out. So good music at the moment. They're just shit hot. They're just dropping some shit, and I'm excited, man. Hip hop it's gonna be a good summer. Whoever wins this battle is gonna rule the summer, and whatever happens to Drake, even if he loses the battle, which I personally think he will, it's not gonna hurt him, man. It's not gonna affect his numbers. His fan base aren't really like that. I mean, I'd consider myself in Drake's fan base. I don't listen to him to hear his like fucking bars and all that. I love his raps, but it's about the vibe. It's about like the energy. He's got great songwriting. He's got like really good like hooks and all that, and that's what you listen to Drake for. If you want to hear some lyrical fucking gangster fucking shit, listen to Pusha T, and that's why he's gonna win the battle. He is built on just raps. Drake, I don't think he's gonna stand a chance. Pusha is a way better rapper than Meek Mill is, and Meek he didn't really know what to do after Drake was talking about his Twitter fingers and all that. So Push, man, I think he's gonna win it. Because I mean, Drake had to put out a statement because the cover for Story of Adidon is a picture of Drake in blackface from a few years ago. And Drake's had to release a statement saying about explaining that picture. So I mean, that in itself is a victory for Pusha T. This battle has really helped his relevancy because before then, people knew about Pusha T, but he wasn't really a household name like he is now. This has given him huge amounts of exposure. Drake is the biggest artist in the world at the moment. He's been tearing up the fucking charts. Like, Nice for What and God's Plan have been number 1, number 2 in the charts for loads of this year. So, I mean, for him to respond to Pusha T, it's sort of like he's lost already because Pusha T wants relevance. He wants his album pushed out. He wants people to take notice of him. And it's been huge publicity for this really good album. People are going to be checking out Pusha T, listening to Daytona and thinking, this is great. This is really tight. This is excellent hip hop. And he's already won at as far as that's concerned. So I think Drake's lost it, man. I don't really know what he's going to do. He's cooking something up apparently, but what are you going to do? How are you going to beat a baby revelation, man? The baby was revealed in the fucking diss song. Like, what's Drake going to do? I don't know. But I'm excited to find out because this is great beef. This is what hip hop's about, man. This is what we want to see. It's going to be a good week. It's going to be a cruel summer.